shocking story coming in from the national capital where a serving army brigadier and his son were assaulted. Now, what was their mistake? Why did this transpire? They objected to public drinking right outside their residence, and it was this objection raised by the father-son duo that led to a full-blown attack. It was not just a scuffle. The father-son duo faced attack from 7 to 8 men who arrived within minutes and launched a brutal attack. The brigadier's son was injured. The officer himself was manhandled. The incident took place around 10 p.m. on Saturday. This happened in Delhi's Vasant enclave. Now, the family member objected to men drinking inside a car in public, and quickly the situation escalated. What's shocking here is that the family went to Vasant Vihar Police Station to file an FIR, but the complaint was not even registered. Let me go across to my colleagues. We have Mayank and Priyank joining us on the broadcast. To Priyank first. Priyank, of course, the brutality in itself is shocking, the attack, the assault on a serving army brigadier and his son. But what is even more shocking is the fact that they approached the police to get their case registered. But it turns out that they were not offered any help.
See, Swati, why this story is important, because this talks about that how citizens are trying to stop the public nuisance, how those men in uniform have taken everything on them, which has led to injury on their family member, like the brigadier's son has been injured. But this kind of public nuisance is still seen in the National Capital Region time and again. This is a case related to public drinking, where the brigadier stepped out from his house along with his son, and he spotted two people sitting inside a high-profile car, and then these individuals were drinking. He goes to them and tells them that this is not the place to do such kind of act, so it's better that you need to move out. They were abused by these individuals, which led to giving a police complaint. The police PCR van was called, and these individuals were told to go. But the incident did not end there. Soon after the PCR left, after telling them that we have informed the local police, they will come here and they will take care of this matter. The brigadier and his son...
The Delhi police paid no heed to their complaint. Even medical assistance was not provided to them. But now, of course, the Indian Army has taken cognizance. Now, viewers, you can call us and share with us your views on this entire issue. We have our first viewer, Inder, calling us from Tirunelveli. Good afternoon, Inder. Please go ahead. What do you have to say?
No, sorry, my name is Sundar, actually.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's okay. The thing is, it is supposed to be BJP is in double engine Sarkar in that place, Delhi. But still, we are not able to get that hold of what is what Delhi police is doing. Who is actually controlling Delhi police? Is it really a joke saying that Delhi police is not at all acting on anything? And that too, yeah, law and order is worst in Delhi. Sorry.
All right, Sundar, thank you very much for speaking with us. So that was a viewer, Sundar, who's questioning the lackadaisical attitude of the Delhi police and also asking what are the governments doing about this entire incident. Now, we spoke to the serving army brigadier who was assaulted by these individuals. He spoke exclusively to Times Now, has recounted the shocking ordeal. He said the attack began after he objected to public drinking, and not just him. In fact, his son was also thrashed, his wife misbehaved with, and that despite informing the PCR van, no immediate action was taken. The officer said the incident happened in full view of police personnel and left the family with physical injuries, prompting a formal complaint.
Calling from Times Now TV channel.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, we just heard about the incident which happened with you and with your family member.
Yeah.
How are you, sir, right now?
I'm fine, yeah.
Okay, nice. Sir, when did this happen, and what has been the allegation from your side in the police complaint?
This happened on Saturday night at about 2200 hours.
Okay.
That's on 11th of April.
Mm-hmm.
After dinner, self and my son were out for a walk just outside a society that is Vasant enclave.
Uh-huh.
So, just outside the house, I mean, there's a couple of people were drinking in a car.
Hmm.
So, I objected to it, why are you here? Because obviously they were not from the same society. So they said, I mean, we will drink, you can do whatever you feel like. I mean, that was their response.
Okay.
So then I told my son to fetch his phone because we had just moved out casually without carrying our phones.
Yeah.
And we lodged a complaint complaint in the PCR, that is 112.
Okay.
Promptly in 15-20 minutes, the PCR guy arrived. And while the incident was being narrated to him, there were 7-8 goons who were probably summoned by this individual who was sitting in the cart. So they arrived and they started ill-treating, bashing up my son, and also obviously ill-treating my wife.
Right in front of the police.
Right in front of the police.
Okay. Yeah.
And the surprising part is that the individual casually walked back and sat in his PCR van, stating कि मैं इस वक्त कुछ नहीं कर सकता हूँ, मैंने बताया है कि यहाँ क्या हो रहा है. These are the words.
Means he forwarded the complaint to the local police station, but he did not do anything.
He sat in his car and he was seeing how brutally, my son was being assaulted. He fell on the floor, on the road, and 6-7 people. He was fighting it out, but you can understand what must be the situation.
Sir.
Yeah.
So, have you or your son have, got any physical injuries also, sir?
Yes. There were physical injuries, fortunately, and we have done our MLC at the R&R hospital.
Okay, sir.
Some shocking revelations there by the brigadier who was assaulted for objecting to public drinking right outside his residence. He also says that the attack happened in front of police personnel and one of them went back and sat in the PCR van saying, "Abhi hum kuch nahi kar sakte." We've informed about this incident taking place. So the brigadier, his son and wife as well, ill-treated, mistreated by these goons of the police personnel who were present right on the spot, who told him, "Hum kuch nahi kar sakte." Before I go across to Priyank and Mayank, we have a viewer, Asha, joining us on the broadcast. Thank you very much for joining us. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
I'm Asha Palajani. I belong to an army family, brigadier and a colonel. Now, you have, I don't see these stories coming up with Navika or you on your channel, because this is happening to the services all the time. Are you looking after the Jawans that are injured in the war and are lying in hospital? No. Are you there when police is not registering cases? Why have you closed the cantonments? Because all this is happening because the army is not allowed to handle these cases. You are giving the brigadier position to a man who was involved with the Maligaon thing, but you are
okay. All right. I understand the outrage. There's a lot of public outrage on this issue at the moment, questioning the conduct of the Delhi police. Thank you very much, Asha ji, for speaking with us. We have Usha joining us from Bangalore. Go ahead, ma'am. Good afternoon. What do you want to say?
Yeah. Good afternoon. I'm Usha Rao, a senior citizen from Bangalore. I'm 78. I feel so sad looking at the state of things in our country. Where are our values? Because this is not road rage. This is a sign of the times we are living in. Scant respect for law, unruly behavior, indulging in hooliganism. This has become the order of the day, Imagine if an army officer is treated like this, the less said the better about ordinary mortals like us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast with your views. We have another viewer, Raj Rena, joining us on the broadcast as well. Good afternoon, Mr. Rena. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Good afternoon, Beta. I am retired Air Force officer. This is not the first incident. You must be remembering now there was some spice jet case also in Srinagar. Their army officer was assaulted. You know what happened? And do you know what is the actual that story behind that? The stop of this thing, spice jet, they wanted money from that gentleman, which he refused, and they tried to, assault him. And similarly, there are many cases wherever they find these people in uniform, especially army people. I don't know why people are attacking them. There is definitely somebody who is investigating them, the people, and they are causing this problem for these retired of serving this army men or different people. I think this police, police unka hai, jinko paisa milega.
Okay.
They give them money and police is unke saath.
Okay.
They will never help them.
Yeah, I agree with you that this is not an isolated incident, not happening for the first time. Thank you very much for speaking with us. Let me go across to my colleagues, Mayank. Now, Mayank, we heard what the viewers have to say, and one can understand the kind of public outrage this has generated. Many of them also highlighting this is not the first time that our army personnel have come under attack.
And actually, you're right. And let me explain to the viewers why the sensitivity is more in this case, because the officer happens to be a brigadier who might have given by now at least minimum of 25 years of service, that too mostly in the field, which is along the borders. And now in front of him, his son was assaulted. And to tell the viewers, the officer is involved into training the minds, young minds, disciplining the young minds and giving them training into citizenship. That is the kind of profile of the officer is. The other point which needs to be highlighted is that what kind of effect or other influence those two men have, that the police did not file the FIR, and it was only just a complaint even after the officer approached the police station. That also needs to be identified and investigated about. But in this case, Army has taken a serious cognizance of it, and they have the effectively the law and order within the Army is looked after by the Corps of Military Police, and they have assigned a person to assist, render assistance to the officer who is hurt, as we are getting to know. But his son, who is hurt more. What more we got to know, that lady of the house, she approached the PCR van person, requesting the person to intervene, and as Priyank has already briefed vividly, that the person did not come out, and he just brushed it off and saying that he'll be informing his authorities.
About taking action in the case where the army brigadier, his son, his family was mistreated and they came under attack. It's also about taking action against those officials who refused to intervene, who refused to act. There were police personnel present at the spot when this attack took place. According to the brigadier, they did nothing to intervene in the matter. Thank you very much, Priyank and Mayank, for joining us in the broadcast, for getting us the latest. We're moving on now, shifting our focus to the state of Karnataka, where the power tussle in the Congress camp continues, and it's not a secret anymore. It's not happening behind closed doors. It's out in the open. In fact, this morning, 30 Congress leaders were seen at a breakfast meeting in Karnataka Bhavan, signaling that the battle for the Chief Minister's chair is intensifying. Now, what was earlier just a political murmuring has now turned into a full-blown political power play, with camps mobilizing and numbers being put on display. Let's in fact also take you through the demands. Now, the loyalists in Siddaramaya's camp are in the national capital. Their demands are that Siddaramaya should continue as the Chief Minister. That's number one. Number two demand is that the cabinet reshuffle should happen. Number three, they want long-serving ministers to be dropped from the cabinet and induct fresh faces in the cabinet. So this is what the MLAs are demanding. Let me go across to Neha, who's getting us more details. Neha, we have discussed this several times in the past, the power tussle, and that too for the top position in the state of Karnataka. Now we're given to understand that the 30 Congress leaders in in Karnataka during a breakfast meeting is nothing but it's a show of strength. All, of course, trying to back their own leader. Now, these are Siddaramaya camp loyalists who are saying that they want certain demands to be met. One of them is that long-serving ministers be dropped from the cabinet, that Siddaramaya should continue to be the chief minister, and they also want a cabinet reshuffle.
Swati, that's right. We've seen the manner in which, in fact, MLAs in the state of Karnataka have been quite vocal about demanding a cabinet rejig for quite some time now. And of course, given that it's been nearly 2.5 years now, over 2.5 years since the Congress came to power in the state, they've now reached the Congress High Command, and they are, of course, pitching for a complete cabinet reshuffle here. Remember, what we know is that, this is probably one of the bigger camps of MLAs over here. Nearly about 35 to 40 MLAs who are expected to be in Delhi by tomorrow. While many of them have already arrived, we're picking up that they would be, pitching for, of course, a complete cabinet rejig. Remember, of course, what we're seeing right now with the MLAs heading to Delhi is just one aspect of them asking for a reshuffle. Largely, of course, we're also now seeing the kind of ripple effect that it's had here in the state. Congress leaders alleging that their own are conspiring against, in fact, candidates who are being pitched here for bypolls like in Davangere. We'll really have to wait and see. We tried getting in a word from Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, AICC chief, earlier. And, of course, he said that once the MLAs are in Delhi, he would meet with them. We'll really have to wait and see what pans out from this meeting once the MLAs meet the High Command.
Absolutely. Neha, do stay on with us because, this demand for a cabinet rejig, cabinet reshuffle in the state of Karnataka is nothing new. It all, in fact, began when the government crossed the midterm mark. Now, this massive delegation of leaders are trying to get in touch with the senior leadership, with the high command as well, and their demands. I just took you through the demands. Their demand is to be inducted into the cabinet. They want long-serving ministers to be dropped. As far as this delegation is concerned, it's led by senior leaders such as Ashok Patan and TB Jayachandra. And according to sources, a smaller core group of about 20 MLAs has been formed. And this group is already lining up meetings with Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge and senior leaders KC Venugopal and Randeep Singh Surjewala. Let me also take you through the list of names, individuals who are queuing up to be part of the cabinet. With the help of graphics, these are the names of the leaders who want to make it to the cabinet. It's Ashok Patan, TB Jayachandra, Belur Gopalakrishna, KM Shivalinga Gowda, NA Harris, Srinivas Mane, Lakshman Savadi, Ganesh Hukeri and Puttaranga Shetty. Let's go back to Neha, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Neha, like I said, it's nothing new, this entire demand of a cabinet reshuffle and also, the fight for the top post. One thought, because for a long time there was silence as far as both these camps are concerned, one thought that perhaps it has been resolved, perhaps the High Command was able to play a role. But once again, the Congress faced with a similar situation that it has dealt with in the past.
Well, Swat, that's right. This clearly seems to be an issue that's not dying down right now. Many of the MLAs who've gone there, of course, to Delhi are quite certain that, until the issue gets resolved, that they are not going to be heading back. Why, of course, this has cropped up at a time like this is crucial because many of these MLAs feel that, after having been nominated for MLAs 3-4 times, after having won the elections, that they are worthy of becoming ministers. One of the demands, of course, is that fresher faces be inducted, those who probably won the elections just once. And the other demand, of course, that long-standing ministers who've often been given opportunities in the past as well be dropped, making way for, younger faces or for other leaders. We'll really have to wait and see a massive, delegation here of the Congress MLAs that are currently camping in Delhi, with Mallikarjun Kharge set to be landing in Delhi as well later this evening. Whether at all they get to meet with him or with others from the High Command like Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala or Rahul Gandhi himself, it's something that, of course, we'd find out in due course of time.
Thank you for getting us the details. These, of course, are loyalists of the Siddaramaiah camp. Now, this mobilization will be met by counter-mobilization, obviously, from the DK Shivakumar camp. Now, according to reports that are doing the rounds, MLAs part of DKS camp have already started reaching out to the High Command, reaching out to the senior leaders of the Congress party. So both set of leaders, part of the Siddaramaiah camp and DKS camp, have their own list of demands. As far as the Siddaramaiah loyalist camp is concerned, they want Siddaramaiah to continue as the chief minister, and they also have other demands. One of them, of course, is cabinet reshuffle. We're moving on now. Let's shift our focus to a very, very significant issue, which is the women's reservation bill. It is a landmark as far as representation of women in policy and governance is concerned. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is leading, of course, this push to make it into a reality, to turn it into a reality for the implementation of this to happen. Earlier, the Prime Minister addressed women, spoke about how political parties for several years have been trying to bring this. He also highlighted that the opposition has also been wanting to turn this into a reality, and the time is now. He asked for everyone to ensure that there is greater participation of women, and that will, of course, further strengthen India's democracy.
भारत 21वीं सदी के सबसे बड़े निर्णयों में से एक निर्णय लेने जा रहा है। ये निर्णय नारी शक्ति को समर्पित है। नारी शक्ति वंदन को समर्पित है। 2023 में नई संसद में जो नया भवन निर्माण हुआ उसमें हमने नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम के रूप में प्रथम कदम उठाया था। वह समय से लागू हो सके, महिलाओं की भागीदारी हमारे लोकतंत्र को मजबूती दे, इसके लिए 16 अप्रैल से संसद के बजट सत्र की विशेष बैठक का आयोजन होने जा रहा है।
The Prime Minister also spoke about the changing times. He said that the thought process of the families are changing as well. Women are now part of the economic and financial decisions that are taken in households, which was earlier not the case.
घरों में महिलाएं भी आर्थिक रूप से सशक्त बन रही हैं। आमतौर पर पिता और बेटा कुछ व्यापार की बात करते हैं ना, और अगर माँ चाय लेके आए और थोड़ी देर खड़ी रहे, अरे तुम जाओ किचन में काम करो, हम बात कर रहे हैं। मैं गृहस्थी नहीं हूं, लेकिन पता बहुत है। हमने पीएम आवास योजना में घरों को प्राथमिकता के आधार पर परिवार की महिलाओं के नाम पर रजिस्टर करना शुरू किया। बच्चे स्कूल जाते हैं तो स्वाभाविक रूप से पिता का नाम लिखा जाता है। हमने आकर ये शुरू किया, मां का नाम भी लिखा जाएगा। बीते 11 साल में इस निर्णय का लाभ 3 करोड़ से ज्यादा महिलाओं को अपने घर का नाम, घर खुद के मालकिन बनी है।
The Prime Minister also emphasized that this is a historic moment and that politicians need to rise above party lines. The Prime Minister has in fact also penned a letter to the floor leaders of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha asking for greater participation. With that, we're slipping into a very short break. We have a lot more lined up on the other side.